Hello. So today I would like to talk to you about the sense of purpose for our children. Do you think that it's important to help our children have a strong faith? I do believe so. I think that our children need to have um, an important sense of faith. Maybe you have heard about this, but one of the most famous studies about happiness is the one in Harvard. And I like it when they explain that imagine that you have four chairs, okay, for happiness. The first chair, I like to remember as like three F's and a P. So the first chair is faith. I'm sorry, no, not three chairs. I'm sorry. The legs of the chair, okay? The legs of the chair. So each leg is faith, family, friends, and purpose, sense of purpose. So each leg of the chair would represent faith, family, friends, and purpose. So if one of those legs is not complete, then the chair is going to lose its balance. So let's talk about the importance of faith. I am a strong believer that if we don't teach our faith to the children, because sometimes I've heard parents say, well, they don't really understand, they don't really know. Believe me, they can feel, they really can. And I'm going to give you an example. Obviously, I have taught my son the importance of the fear of God and that everything he does has a consequence. And I have taught, even though sometimes I did feel that at first, I felt that he wasn't really following, that he didn't understand. And one time, I was feeling really down. I had to complete a project that was just, I felt that it was just too much, that I wasn't going to be able to complete it. And then I was crying. I was crying, practically defeated. And then my son comes and says, why are you crying? I used to not like him to see me crying because I thought it was a sign of weakness. But now I understand that he needs to understand that feelings are okay and that I was crying. And I told him, just venting. I said, I'm in this project and it's very difficult. I thought I could do it, but it's just too hard. I don't know how to finish. I just think that I'm just going to give up. And he just uttered these sentences, complete. And he said, Mom, when Jesus was carrying the cross, he fell down, but he did not give up. He got up, even though he fell down again, he never gave up. So you cannot give up. Where did he learn that? Because I did not really teach him directly, but I could see. And I remember what my mother used to say. In godly things, it's not important to understand. What is important is that you learn to feel. And believe me, I never felt so close to the importance of understanding, of faith for my child. So yes, I believe. And more family, obviously he needs to know that he's part of something. He's very accepted, because a child that is accepted is free to grow. And who's best to accept? The family. So the family needs to accept that he is who he is, and we can help him improve. We can help him to be as independent as possible, but he needs to know that his family is there for him. Friends, well, I know that that's a little challenging because we depend on so many people, but as long as he feels accepted and he knows that some people mean well and others don't, but That's probably the one that I personally struggle the most. But my son does have friends, thank goodness. And then purpose. I make sure that my son knows that he has a very, very important purpose in life. He is a catalyst of love. God makes no mistakes. He has an important purpose here, and he knows. He knows that he's a catalyst of love. And just as one time, he made me remind me that he reminded me that I should not give up. Sometimes he says things to people that people don't expect it, and it's what they needed to hear. So yes, I do believe that, and he keeps me grounded. And by grounded means that I need to have those four legs also balanced for myself, so that he can have them balanced. So remember, faith, family, friends, and purpose. Make sure we help our children and ourselves to be balanced. Remember, you're not alone. God loves you. Cheers.